Ellington Colliery Band actually started out as Linemouth Ellington Colliery Band, and so over 100 years this band has been connected to both villages and I think has been loved by many. In the meantime, we've moved a little bit to Morpeth, so thank you for the Mayor of Morpeth being here and others who support us, and thank you for having given us a home as well.
This brings back so many memories for me being here at Ellington Colliery. I first worked at Linemouth Colliery for a short while and spent my career here at Ellington. And coming this morning and seeing the big differences, the brand new houses on top of what used to be the mining shafts, to think that the coal industry thrived here and to see the turbines behind replacing the coal industry. But today is about the Ellington Colliery Band, and it's an absolute pleasure to be here at the centenary unveiling of the plaque. Absolutely brilliant, because it's so, again, so emotive for me. The brass bands mean so much to the mining industry. The culture, the traditions, the history is amazing, and I love the footage of the old Northumberland miners' picnic, where the bands used to wind their way down the main street in Bedlington initially, with the banners flying high, with the mining community and the community at whole behind them. The bands were always terrific, absolutely brilliant, and I know that the Ellington Colliery Band continues to play at the Durham Miners' Gala. The weather, like today, isn't always fantastic, but the bands make the whole occasion. The bands and the banners at the Durham Miners' picnic is up there. Gala is absolutely fantastic. It's 100 years. You know, bands like this don't survive without the likes of John, by the way. And I think John's been involved in this band for more than 50 years. A massive credit. I'm going to say we've got to give John a bit of a round of applause for the efforts. And of course everyone else, because you know the bands were that far off extinction not so many years ago, in the 50s and 60s and 70s. The financing of bands doesn't come easy, but with the hard work of people in each band, we've seen young people coming through, being given the experiences from the elderly people who have been there for years. And what you've done for us today, honestly, you've been absolutely marvellous. I'm so proud to be here, I really am. This means a lot to me, and I can speak, as people around here know, I can speak for a lot longer than this, but I'm looking forward now to unveiling this commemorative plaque. I'm honestly absolutely delighted, humbled and honoured to unveil this plaque for the 100th anniversary of the Ellington Colliery Band.
Hi, my name's Sarah Watson and I'm chair of Ellington Colliery Band.
Tell me a little bit about the history of the band and its connection with the colliery.
Yeah, so the band was originally formed in 1925. It wasn't actually just as a brass band to start with, there was other instruments as well. As time went on and they went through the mining industry, it became more of a brass band. We had a period of time in the 60s where things were quite difficult for the band, where there wasn't many members, but it went from strength to strength from there. Obviously when the pits closed, the band struggled a little bit again as membership dropped, but as you can see from today and everything that we've got going on today, the band has gone from strength to strength over recent years. So today we're here specifically because Ellington Colliery is where the band started and where the band began to celebrate our 100-year anniversary, so the centenary of the band, by having a commemorative plaque placed, and has been unveiled here this afternoon, and it's been absolutely fantastic. Weather hasn't been the best, but it's been great for the band to be able to show that we still have so many young people coming through the band, and it's just growing from strength to strength.
Tell us about how many performances you do a year and the varied sort of music that you play and where you play.
Yeah, so we play absolutely all over Northumberland. We regularly do a slot over at Kielder for the Parade of Sale every year. We do various concerts throughout the community as well as private events as well. We've done a wedding this year as well, which was great fun. And we also make sure that we don't forget our mining heritage as well. So we participate in Durham Miners Gala every year, which is coming up in 2 weeks' time, which is something as a band we absolutely love doing, remembering where we've come from, supporting the unions and seeing the banners from the various different mining institutes as well. So we do absolutely anything and everything. We would very rarely say no. We've got strong affiliations with Morpeth at present because that's where we rehearse, although we are still struggling and looking for a bit of a permanent residence somewhere. We would hate to move out of Morpeth, but at the minute that is a potential depending on where we can get as a rehearsal space moving forwards.
Now, back in the early days of the band, you depended to a fair extent on a levy, which I think that miners paid to voluntarily to support the band. How do you raise your money these days?
So these days we are a registered charity, so we do rely on charitable donations. Every member of the band does pay when they initially join, just a bog standard fee, but that includes your instrument, it includes any one-to-one lessons that you may have as you start in my junior band, Brass Roots, which Brass Roots is not just for children, it's for anybody who wants to begin to play and learn an instrument. So we do rely a lot on money from concerts, the engagements that we do just to keep the band running. As I say, we are a registered charity, so we try our best to get money in new and exciting ways where we can, and it's just to keep maintenance of instruments so that we can keep going and keep this legacy alive for another 100 years.
Yes, what about the future of the band? Does it look rosy?
It does. At the minute, the future of our band is fantastic. We meet every Wednesday and our junior band meets for the first hour, and that has grown quite considerably over recent years. There's a good 20 junior band members who meet every Wednesday, and then the senior band members, and as people go up through Brass Roots they then join on to the senior band, and it's been commented on many a time recently that we have a lot of junior members in our band, which is absolutely fantastic.
Great, well enjoy the rest of your centenary year.
Thank you.